Welcome everybody to Spinnerack! We're here with me and Cal.
That's right, def it out.
Petey, once again, has been picked up again. I don't want to go into details about the G Room, but it does happen sometimes. I just want to say thank you everybody for following us. Just a quick intro. Thank you everybody for following us and keep on following us. We're going to be at the con this year. Today we're talking about what? Iron Fist 2! What do you guys think about it? I got to say, I liked it. It has changed my idea about Iron Fist, about what, Danny Rand. I thought he was a sucker. He's changed a bit more, but this show was far better than the one before. I'm going to pass it over to my man Cal, and of course he's going to agree with me as usual. Cal.
No. What the heck happened? No, it was hard enough for me to get through that first episode. I was bored. And then I was watching you know what? Why? Okay, I gave a pass on that first season. I gave it a B because they didn't have the training. This show opened up, he got the training. I was looking at the movements and such, I was like, okay, good. He's got the training, he's the fighter. And then I'm watching how the show is progressing. I'm like, I don't understand. Why would you do an Iron Fist film, or rather an Iron Fist series, if you don't want to have Iron Fist in the series, or if you're going to look to marginalize him? In terms of characterization with Danny Rand, he is so discordant from what he is in the comic. And I'm like trying to understand, why did you guys do this with him? And then, of course, the whole thing with Colleen Wing, no.
We can't say what happened to Colleen Wing, but all we got to say is now Colleen Wing is at equal level with Danny. You know, this is what I'm trying to say. They're like this.
You just gave it away. There's only one way she could be equal level with Danny, right?
Yeah, because she's his girl. She's his girl. That's why.
That's this like I said, this other dude. You know, they want our stuff. They want our stuff. We do football, they got to do football. We do baseball, they got to do baseball.
Universal,
we go punch our hand into the heart of a dragon, they got to do the same thing. Is there anything of theirs that we want? No, they do. I can't even think of something that is theirs that we say, hey, we want to break into this. No, we run. You got to have the Colgate women's game and everything of that nature. This is our stuff. Get your own stuff.
There clearly is a lot of things we want, but we don't want to say
No.
Okay?
That's the mutual stuff.
This is a PG show.
You know what I'm talking about.
So what I'm talking about is
we come over here, we make football. Football. It's a manly, masculine sport. It's made for guys who are tough. We're going to knock each other around. It's about grunting, hitting, and doing something stupid. Moving a ball from one end of a field to another. There's nothing significant about that. Now,
this young lady does Gung Fu. And we see, when we were watching the Shaw Brothers film, I could have sworn I saw a whole bunch of women doing Gung Fu in those movies.
When you watch the Gung Fu movies, okay, and it's the 5 deadly venoms, okay, did they have the 5 female deadly venoms? No, they did not.
My friend, you need to start watching.
Did they have it?
They had a whole bunch of
No.
women.
Did they say, okay.
That one, yes. But we saw Crouching Tiger. We've seen.
No. You're coming over here trying to play your Me Too feminist BS with me, okay? It's not going to work this time. None of it ever did. We had the 5 deadly venoms. They didn't go over here like,
That's
okay,
just one movie.
now let's make the girl version of it. What do you mean one movie? How many do you want? They did the 10 tigers from Kwantung. They did the 10 tigers from Kwantung? No, it was about some guy stuff. And mind you, don't try that with me, because I know my history when it comes to the Gung Fu movies. Who were they originally made for? They were originally made for women. They were made for women. They were matinees. These were women who were housewives, and they would go taking an afternoon matinee. The majority of them would do these romance things. That's who they were made for. When guys finally started paying attention to it, they were like, okay, now we're going to make it for guys. Okay, and that was it. They never went back and said, oh no, we're going to come over here and do that. No, and it's not that you didn't have female actors in it. It was for dudes. That was the end of it.
I saw a lot of chicks fighting. I can't name all
There's
the
plenty
movies,
of them. There's plenty of them.
But so why do we
Do you want to make a Lifetime movie? Do you want to make a Lifetime movie? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you want to make a... That's what I'm talking about. We don't want their stuff. They want our stuff. And they're doing it over here with Iron Fist.
All right, so wait. Iron Fist here. What do you think about the characters this year? So we have... there were a couple of different twists going on here, and there was something involving Joy Meacham, and who I think as a character stands above and beyond many of the other characters in the show. I mean,
she's a bad guy. They're always good with the bad guys.
She's bad. Yeah, she's a bad guy, but I think she,
Black Mariah stood above. Cottonmouth stood above. Okay, her name is not coming to me right now, unfortunately. But Black Mariah's daughter. She stands above. They do well with the villains on these series, with the exception of Daredevil. For the most part, Daredevil's the only character who's received good characterization because they actually read the comic book. The rest of these guys are like, okay.
I kind of disagree. I think they brought up, one of the guys in my job brought up on the show about the whole thing that went on with Davos in the show. How Davos in the show is basically trying to get the power of the Iron Fist.
Davos is nothing more than SJW filtering into this whole thing. That Danny Rand is not supposed to have the fist because he's white, and he somehow cheated it from Davos, and that's why he should be getting it back, because the white guy should not have the Iron Fist. Hence why we got the ending that we did with Colleen, to try to make those people happy. They can't just give us Shang-Chi. No. Okay? They had to give him a shared role and make certain that the shared role was not just with the woman, but with someone of an Asian background. What do you think we are? Stupid?
I think they're pushing.
F you, Netflix.
I think they're definitely pushing the very fact that they have Misty Knight in there as well as Colleen. You see them having a lot of screen time.
Misty Knight is horrible.
Misty Knight and Colleen, they're working together as they did in Luke Cage. They're definitely putting that element of Daughters of the Dragon together. Okay, something that you did. That's what you've asked for, and they're starting to do more.
But how can you do Daughters of the Dragon? Okay,
I'm saying
it's about two great fighters, one great martial artist, okay, and another one who's a great fighter who was a cop. Not about somebody who has now found the globe.
We are going to X that out.
When you got that glow.
What I'm saying is that it's happening. Netflix is actually listening to our show. We said that, you specifically said that there should be more Daughters of the Dragon. They're giving you that. You're pissed off. You're saying
they're not giving me that.
They're saying you said the karate.
They're not giving me. Don't see, you're trying your tomfoolery. You're cock and bull
bad.
malarkey
They're
again.
giving us
not
that. You know what
work.
I'm trying to say? The story last year was weak. This year is much better. They're giving you that. What are you asking? Davos is like.
Can I get Iron Fist? How about that? I asked for that. Can I get that? You've said everything but that. You want to? Yeah, have a go at that one. Can I have Iron Fist?
Is he the classic Iron Fist in the comics?
He's not Iron Fist.
He's not the classic Iron Fist.
No, he's this dude who somehow got the fist, abandoned all of his responsibilities. Now he's addicted to it, has to sneak off at night to go punch walls and such. Who the hell is he?
Again,
you can go to hell, Netflix.
Netflix, thanks for listening to us on those major points that we addressed. And we know you're going to do a better job going forward. But the question is, what do you think about the character of Davos?
I didn't like him.
You didn't like him?
No.
You know, I had an initial...
He's whiny at the end of the day. The fist belongs to me, Danny. You don't know how to use it. Dude, go to hell. Okay, go do something with yourself. Kunlun has now disappeared.
He's trying
what does he need what does he need the fist for if Kunlun is no longer there?
Because he's honorable and he's trying to make the world a better place.
Honorable, he's trying to steal something that doesn't belong to him. There's no honor in that.
He felt it was stolen from him. He felt that when...
So you steal back? There's no honor in that.
If a thief steals something from you, you should get it back from the thief.
No. If a thief steals something from you, you go through the process in order to get it back.
What
you
is
don't
that
steal it
there
back.
is no process to getting back the
Exactly.
dragon's
And since there is no process, because he didn't steal it, he had to fight the dragon to get it. The other guy lost. He lost the fight.
I think what they should have done, I think in the
We saw it in season 2, right? He lost the fight, fair and square. Danny got to go. That's the end of it.
Because he put him in the light, and that's what happened. You know?
So he lost the fight.
You know. So look, in the comic book, I believe Davos actually fights the dragon and loses, right?
Yes.
Which I think would have been a better thing here, as opposed to they have Danny Rand beats them, and it could be some trickery.
That I agree with you on, and it's not about trickery. But the whole idea is they're trying to give this guy Davos like this little. They literally, it's as thin and as light as light is. At the end of the day, it really doesn't mean anything. But he's gonna go back. Oh, I would have won if not for no, you lost. Okay, you lost. If he had put you in the light and you still won, okay, you wouldn't say anything about it. The fact is you lost, but they're still trying to give him something he can latch onto and cling to say, okay, it wasn't fair, and Danny's not legitimately the Iron Fist, and all that does is undercut Danny Rand's character at the end of the day. So why? I don't understand. And you need to make it clear cut that when Davos is saying this stuff, he's wrong. And they don't do that during the show.
No,
okay, they don't do that, especially because of the way that they have put Danny's character on. With the exception of Jessica Jones, this is probably the worst characterization of a hero that I've seen so far with Netflix.
And Netflix, like I told you before, Jessica Jones is one of the more popular shows of the Netflix series.
Yeah, Lifetime is popular.
Oh, gee. But, so what do you think about Walker? So there's a character called Walker who has, dissociative schizophrenia, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that character?
You mean Typhoid Mary?
I didn't want to say that yet.
No, everybody knows already. They announced it. Come on. You can't. What? It's in the news. Come on.
This is supposed to be a spoiler-free episode.
Okay. That's like, look, spoiler free is what happened. We know the characters in the show.
Okay. Yeah. So, what do you think about that character? Alice Eve, I think, did a pretty good job of it.
Yeah,
you know?
that was actually
She's the
pretty.
actress, she.
But Alice Eve is a good actress.
I didn't think she was gonna be able to pull it off. I thought it's like, this is not gonna work.
When I saw it initially, I was like, okay, and I'm trying to piece together exactly what's going on. But from what I had read in the comic too, which is always informs me on for better or for worse sometimes. But she just turned in a really good role. You know who she reminded me of? Who's the actor who plays Professor X in the X-Men films? I can't remember. But did you see Switch?
No, I didn't see Switch. No.
Oh man, he did this great term where he's this like schizophrenic with 36 personalities inside of himself.
Yeah, I'm not watching that movie at all. I'm not scared. I'm just not watching that movie.
But are you going to watch Mr. Glass?
Yeah, I am.
That was the film that leads into Mr. Glass.
I'm not watching that movie.
Okay, you chicken. But anyway,
I'm not chicken.
It reminded me of the performance that he turned in. Not necessarily with the same range because he doesn't have to range or intensity because it doesn't have to go as far. It doesn't have 36 personalities. But yeah,
I guess 36 personalities actually come out.
He had a few.
Wow. One creeps me out when I see him walking on the wall. Like, yo, what the hell is that?
He was climbing the wall. But hey, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's kind of bizarre. But yeah, so you think that you thought she was pretty good too, right?
Oh yeah, she was. I thought she was really good. I thought she was good in the role. I thought she was very good in the role.
I'm really surprised they didn't have more cameos in this show. What do you think?
Like who? Besides Misty Knight?
Yeah.
Why? You screwed up Danny's character. Who's going to come in there? This is just bad.
I disagree. I think it was good. And I think that if the one good thing I got to say about this show is that another thing is that they broke it down to just 10 episodes, right? This is something we've been complaining. Again, I think Netflix is listening to us.
I think that was better because I don't think I could have watched 13 episodes of Danny being horrible.
The stories, 13 is like they're forcing us to listen to something, to go on to a story that's just too long. And they have breaks, all of them. That you're like, if they took out 2 episodes or 3 episodes, we wouldn't lose anything. It seems a much more condensed, a better flow of the story.
For these guys, yeah. For Daredevil, no. Daredevil's made the most of 13 episodes both seasons.
Daredevil's done much better. I mean, because I guess that's the flagship show. But the others, I think this is much better. But even Daredevil, I think there's 1 or 2 episodes you could have gotten out. Not as much as the others.
No,
Daredevil.
Luke Cage. The first season of Daredevil was tight, and because they had an actual story to tell. That they have Matt Murdock, he's trying to take down the Kingpin. You get to see his origin, his interaction and interplay. That was great. Where most of these guys mess up is that, like around episode 9, the story is over. The hero has achieved whatever it is that they want to achieve, and then somehow there's some.
It starts so slow. Most of them, like the first couple of episodes, are just like.
Slow. I have to disagree on that with Daredevil. Daredevil
will get the exception. But
Daredevil was the other guys are harder because they don't have any major storylines to draw off of, and then. With Iron Fist, if you really wanted to get it, with Luke Cage, if you really wanted to get Luke Cage, you have to really, give us Luke Cage, okay? Show him becoming, Steelheart skin and everything, and then going further with that. But they don't want to do that. They want to already have things in medias res, things that are already happening, and then go back and then do that. And it doesn't work necessarily for these characters who don't have strong storylines. Luke Cage doesn't have a strong storyline in the comics. There's no pivotal seminal storyline for him. There's just the origin.
Right, but that gives the guys who are doing the show more flexibility. I mean, they've been doing comic shows.
And what have they done with the flexibility?
I'm trying to say, I agree. They could do.
You need a story.
You need you can have. But the Black Mariah story has been pretty strong in and of itself.
Because that's a villain. Like I said before, what villain have they done a poor job with? The villains have been great.
So you think that they have a master guy in the back who says, yo, I'm the master villain explainer and I'll make sure this works? No, it just happens that they seem to be characters that they've been able to write a little bit
Have they
better.
done a poor job with any villain?
Yes, not Cottonmouth, Copperhead.
Copperhead? He
Not
wasn't a
Copperhead,
villain.
not Copperhead. His brother, what's his name? In
Luke Cage?
Yeah, his
No,
brother.
he was fine.
The one I hated him. He was horrible.
Well, no, he was fine. He was exactly what he's supposed to be.
He just went just crazy. He's like, that's crazy.
Okay, the villains do exactly what they're supposed to. Most of the time, the villains are better than what they're supposed to be. Okay, villains aren't really supposed to be these 3-dimensional figures. They're supposed to be 2-dimensional for the hero to fight.
Dr. Doom, one of the greatest villains out there, Thanos.
Oh, which speaks strictly about Netflix. And you complained about Thanos. Hey, man, it's been 10 years. When are we going to see him? When are we going to see him now? Oh, it's great. Wonderful. Look at all this development. Look at it. It was great. No.
It was great, wasn't it? It was great. I just can't wait for the next movie,
Oh, and before I forget. F you, Netflix.
What?
You messed up my superheroes.
Listen, keep on watching it. We agree the show was pretty good. You know.
Well, season 3, I'm hoping for better.
Well, Daredevil season 3 is coming up. Hopefully that'll sate your thirst.
I'm hoping for Iron Fist. I would love to see Danny Rand as Iron Fist, as he's portrayed in the comic for season 3, and not this whatever they decided he needs to be here. Because you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me when they do Deadpool the first time and it sucks. Then you gotta hope, okay, maybe.
You're talking about when he did it as the X-Men.
Yeah, when they do it and it sucks, and then you're kind of like, mind you, what Reynolds did, that bit where he was actually Deadpool before the other stuff happens to him, that was actually funny. That was pretty much what you expect from Deadpool in the comic, and then the rest of the stuff was like, oh god,
Yeah, just left field, right?
But then you hope, okay, somebody can get another turn at it, and maybe they'll get it to light. Same thing with the Punisher. Yeah, Dolph Lundgren did the Punisher. People were like, I don't even know, that didn't even make it to the movies. Okay, then you had the second one with Thomas Jane, and you're looking at it like, no, this is not it. And then finally, you get the Punisher. You get the Punisher that appeared in Daredevil in the Netflix series. You're like, okay, fine. This is what I've actually been waiting for. I think it's gonna be the same thing with Iron Fist.
They actually had 2 Punisher movies before after Dolph Lundgren, didn't they? I think they had 2 of them.
Oh, that's right. The other one with, I forget the name of the actor. It was Punisher War Journal. Yeah. And again, they played it for a joke. It was never something to take seriously.
Yeah, but I mean, it was kind of bloody though. They did put a high body count on that type of stuff.
You're supposed to, the Punisher is supposed to have a certain gravitas. I mean, you can have like some stuff that happens that's funny because it's just blood and guts, and you're hamming it up at the end of the day. But the Punisher is a guy when he shows up, you're supposed to like everybody is. It's not you're supposed to be like, no, as you as a viewer, you're supposed to be like feel afraid for these people because everybody's gonna die when he shows up. Not like, oh, okay, let's see what hijinks. It's not supposed to be like Daffy Duck showing up. It's like, okay, what's he gonna get into this time?
Okay. So, I say watch the show. We're gonna do a spoiler-free, spoiler version of it, and I hope you guys like it because it's gonna be wild. If you think what he's saying now is nothing, wait till later. Spin a rack. Out.